Didn't mean to let you in, didn't mean to lose my guard. You smiled at something in me, opened up my heart. I told myself, be careful, don't give too much away. But every time you touched my hand, I forgot what I should say. I was strong before you, standing on my own. Then you said you needed me, and I felt like home. Why'd you let me fall for you if you didn't plan to stay? Why'd you build a dream so high just to walk away? I gave you all my fragile parts, trusted what was true. Now I'm lying here with pieces of me fall for you. You said I was different, said I was all you need. I wrapped my world around you like love was guaranteed. I memorized your laughter, the way you said my name. I didn't know forever was just a passing flame. I thought we were building something strong and new, but I was building all of it while you were passing through. Why'd you let me fall for you if your heart was unsure? Why'd you hold me close at night if you wanted something more? I was ready for always, I believed in us two. Now all I'm left with is me fall for you. Did you ever love me the way I loved you? Or was I just a moment you were passing through? I would have chosen you through every high and low, but you chose to let me fall and let me go. Why'd you let me fall for you just to watch me break? Why'd you say forever if it was just a mistake? I gave you all my heart, every promise I knew. Now I'm standing here alone, 'cause me fall for you. Didn't mean to lose myself, didn't mean to feel this blue. But love doesn't ask permission, and me fall for you. just love you lightly, didn't love you for a while. I loved you in the quiet, behind every smile. You touched the deepest places no one else could know. I gave you more than surface, I let my whole soul show. I wasn't scared of falling, I wasn't scared to feel. I thought what we were building was honest and real. I loved you with my soul, with everything I am, with every fragile promise and every future plan. I gave you all my darkness and every bit of gold. I loved you with my soul, and you let me go. I stayed through every silence, through every restless night, through every fading I love you that didn't sound right. I felt you slowly changing, felt your heart withdraw, but I kept holding on to us like that would fix it all. I thought loving deeper would make you wanna stay, but death can't keep someone who's drifting away. I loved you with my soul, not just with my heart. With every breath inside me, from finish to the start, I would have chosen you in every life I know. I loved you with my soul, and you let it go. Did you ever feel it, the weight of what I gave? Did you know I would have stayed even when it wasn't safe? I would have walked through fire just to keep us whole, but you can't protect the love when you don't protect the soul. I loved you with my soul, but I'm finding it again, through the tears and broken pieces of where I've been. You may have walked away, but I still know I loved you with my soul, and that kind of love is gold. Maybe one day someone will love me just as whole. loved you with my soul, and I won't let that go. I saw it in the way you paused before you said my name, like loving me was something you couldn't quite sustain. You stopped talking about tomorrow like it didn't belong to us, but I kept holding on to hope, like hope would be enough. I felt the distance growing in the space between our hands. You were already somewhere else while I was making plans. I stayed until it was over, until there was nothing left, until your I love you sounded like regret. I held on to forever, even when it tore. You were walking toward the end, but I stayed a little more. I memorized your silence, tried to read your eyes, search for something broken hidden in your lies. You said we're just going through it, like it would all repair. But love shouldn't feel this lonely when someone's right there. I kept choosing patience, you kept choosing space. I was fighting for a heartbeat you wouldn't even face. I stayed until it was over, through every restless night, through every empty promise that didn't feel right. I gave you all my loyalty, all the strength I swore. You were halfway out the door, but I stayed a little more. Did you even hesitate before you let us fall? Did you feel my heart breaking, or not at all? I would have chosen you through every storm and bend, but love can't stay alive when only one defends. I stayed until it was over, but over still came. I gave you all my heart, you couldn't do the same. I thought staying meant forever, thought leaving meant unsure. You stopped believing in us, but I stayed a little more. Now I'm learning sometimes the bravest thing you do is stop staying somewhere that's no longer true. didn't raise your voice, you didn't slam the door. You just slowly pulled away, like you'd done it all before. You said, I don't wanna hurt you, with your hand still holding mine. The love can still be cruel, even when it's kind. I felt it in your heartbeat, how it didn't race the same. You were already halfway gone before you said my name. You let me break softly, like glass without a sound. You watched me fall apart without picking me up off the ground. You said it's for the better, said someday I'll see, but you let me break softly, and that still breaks me. My forehead gently, like I was something fragile, like you were trying to be careful while tearing down our castle. You said you deserve better, but better wasn't you. And I would have chosen broken if it meant staying with you. You called it being honest, called it setting me free, but freedom feels like loneliness when it's not what you need. You let me break softly with quiet, careful words, like heartbreak wrapped in kindness. Wouldn't hurt as much as it should. I was still holding on to us. You were ready to leave. You let me break softly and expected me to breathe. Did you even feel it? The way my hands would shake, the way my voice kept trembling with every word you'd say. I would have fought for us through every stormy sea, but you chose the gentle exit and left the wreckage with me. You let me break softly, but breaking still breaks. No matter how quiet, no matter what you say, you walked away peacefully, like love was easy to leave. You let me break softly, and I still can't sleep. Maybe someday I'll thank you for the way you chose to leave. But tonight I'm just the girl you let break softly. We used to talk about forever, like it had our names in gold, like nothing in this world could ever turn us cold. You traced your dreams across my skin, said I was all you need, but somewhere in the quiet you stopped choosing me. I felt the pulse between us start to weaken slow. I kept trying to breathe life in while you let it go. Love didn't stay alive enough to carry us through. I was fighting for its heartbeat, but it was dying in you. I kept giving it oxygen, you were giving up. Love didn't stay alive enough, and forever wasn't enough. You stopped reaching for my hand like you used to do. Started finding comfort in a world without us in view. I blame myself for changes I couldn't even see. But love shouldn't feel like it's slipping silently. I was holding on to hope like it could make it strong. But who can save a love that's already gone? Love didn't stay alive, no. It faded into gray. When once felt like a fire turned to smoke and drifted away. I would have fed the flame with everything I had, but love didn't stay alive enough, and that's what hurts so bad. Did you feel it when it changed, when the spark began to dim? Did you know I was still trying while you were done with it? I would have rebuilt every promise, every crack, every scar. But love can't keep breathing if one heart stops its part. Love didn't stay alive enough, but I swear it once was real. I still feel it in my chest, and the way I try to heal. We were so close to forever, close enough to touch, but love didn't stay alive enough, and I love you too much. Now I'm learning that real love shouldn't feel this rough, but my heart is still tough. You used to look me in the eye lift in your chest, like nothing in this whole wide world could make your heart confess. But somewhere in the silence, your words began to blur, and finally started sounding like something unsure. I felt it in your distance, in the way you changed the subject. You said there's nothing wrong, but wasn't honest. Love didn't stay honest enough. It hid between the lines. You said everything was fine while you were changing your mind. I was begging for the truth. You were giving me less. Love didn't stay honest enough, and it left me a mess. Your phone turned face down, your answers turned unclear. You said I was imagining things I had to fear. But love shouldn't feel like you're guessing every day if the person you're holding is already walking away. I kept asking for clarity, you kept giving me doubt. I was trying to save us, you were checking out. I didn't stay honest enough. It slowly slipped from real. I was holding on to promises you didn't even feel. I gave you all my loyalty, all the trust I could invest. Love didn't stay honest enough, and it broke my chest. Did you ever mean it when you said you'd stay? Or was I just believing in words you throw away? I would have chosen you, fuel every high and rough. But love can't survive if it's not honest enough. Didn't stay honest enough, but I know what I gave. A heart that never wandered, a loyalty that stayed. I may be standing broken, but at least I know love didn't stay honest enough, and that's why I let you go. Now I'm learning real love doesn't hide or bluff. Didn't stay honest enough, but I was honest enough. I never show the world every crack, every scar, every fear I've held. You said you're safe with me, like I could finally rest. I placed my beating heart inside your chest. I didn't hold back anything, didn't love you halfway. I gave you every piece of me in every single way. I loved you with all my heart, with every breath I had, through every storm we weathered, through every good and bad. I gave you all my tomorrows, believed we'd never part. I loved you with all my heart, and you let it fall apart. I memorized your laughter, the way you said my name. Thought we were building it forever, not watching it change. You stopped reaching for my hand, stopped looking in my eyes, but I kept holding on to us and calling it surprise. I thought if I just loved you more, you'd never walk away. But love can't make someone stay who's already halfway. I loved you with all my heart, even when it hurt, even when your silence made me question my worth. I stood by you completely, from finish to the start. I loved you with all my heart, and that was the hardest part. Did you ever feel it the way I did inside? Did you know I would have chosen you in every life? Every time I would have given you forever if you just asked me to. But loving you with all my heart wasn't enough for you. I loved you with all my heart, with a love that never lied. Through every doubt and breaking, I stayed right by your side. You walked away from something that I would have fought to guard. I loved you with all my heart, and now I'm learning to restart. Maybe one day someone will love me just as hard. I loved you with all my heart, and that's who I am. I never doubted your words when you said you'd never leave. I built my whole tomorrow on everything you'd speak. I didn't ask trusted every promise, like your heart was tied to mine. I thought love meant surrender, meant falling without fear. So I gave you all my faith and held you close and near. I loved you without question, without hesitation, without a single doubt or reservation. I gave you all my loyalty, all my devotion. I loved you without question, while you were losing emotion. I ignored the little changes in the way you look away. Told myself you're just tired, that you'll come back someday. I defended you in silence when others saw the truth. But loving without question left me blind to you. I thought steady love would always be enough, but you can't make someone stay with unconditional trust. I loved you without question, through every restless night, through every fading I love you that didn't feel right. I kept choosing forever, you were choosing distance. I loved you without question, while you chose indifference. Maybe love needs balance, maybe love needs truth, maybe love needs two hearts, not one giving proof. I would have chosen you in every life, every direction, but I can't keep loving someone without question. I loved you without question, but now I finally see love should never cost the best parts of me. I gave you every piece, every dream, every lesson. I loved you without question, and that was my confession. Now I'm learning love should never leave you second guessing. I loved you without question, but love needs protection. But love needs protection. You used to memorize my smile like it was your favorite line. Knew exactly how to hold me every single time. Now you barely even notice when I'm standing in the room. I'm talking to the version of you that I once knew. You slipping slowly from everything we were. You stopped remembering us, while my heart still hurt. promises we made, the way you used to look at me like I would never fade. I kept holding on to us like we were still enough. I stayed while you forgot how to love. You forgot our favorite places, forgot the way I cried, forgot the dreams we whispered under midnight skies. You said you're overthinking, said nothing's really wrong, but love doesn't grow distant unless it's been gone. I kept reminding you of who we used to be, but I can't make you remember what doesn't live in you anymore. I stayed while you forgot every little thing, the way we fit together like we were everything. I kept believing in a spark you had already lost. I stayed while you forgot, and I paid the cost. Did you ever look at me and feel what I still felt? Or was I loving someone who had already left? I would have chosen you through every high and low, but I can't hold on to someone who lets our love go. I stayed while you forgot, but I won't stay that way. I gave you all my loyalty, you slowly walked away. I was loving you completely, you were somewhere above. I stayed while you forgot how to love. Now I'm learning to remember who I was before. I stayed while you forgot, but I won't anymore. I used to sleep so easy with your heartbeat next to mine. Now I'm staring at the ceiling, counting cracks and losing time. You said your love was shelter, said I'd always feel safe, but safety shouldn't feel like it's one breath from a break. I started walking on eggshells inside my own home, afraid to say the wrong thing, afraid to be alone. You took my peace away, turned calm into a storm. Well, you used to feel like comfort didn't feel warm. I was holding on to us while you pushed me to the edge. You took my peace away and left me hanging by a thread. I questioned every feeling, like maybe I was wrong. You said I was overthinking, said I'm not that strong. But love shouldn't make you doubt the truth inside your chest. It shouldn't steal your quiet or rob you of your rest. I kept trying to fix it, to make you understand, but I can't find calm in chaos I didn't create with my own hands. You took my peace away with every silent fight, with every time you turned your back in the middle of the night. I gave you all my patience, all the grace I could make. You took my peace away and called it love's mistake. I used to know myself before I second-guessed my heart. Before loving you meant falling apart. Maybe love should feel steady, maybe love should feel kind, not like I'm losing pieces of my own mind. You took my peace away, but I'm taking it back now. I won't keep fighting battles that love won't allow. I deserve a love that's gentle, a heart that doesn't sway. You took my peace away, but I won't let you stay. I'm learning that real love doesn't steal your calm away. You took my peace away, but I'll find it someday. I gave you my softest pieces, the parts I hide away, the hopeful kind of loving that believes in always. I showed you all my colors, let you see my light, trusted you to guard it every single night. I didn't love you halfway, didn't hold anything back. I handed you my whole heart and you let it crack. You took my best love, the purest part of me, the kind that stays through storms, the kind that believes. I gave you all my loyalty, all my faith and trust. You took my best love, and it wasn't enough. I stayed through to be loved the way you were by me. You took my best love and held it carelessly, like it didn't weigh a thing, like it didn't matter to me. I was building up forever, you were passing through. You took my best love and gave me half of you. Did you ever understand the depth of what I gave? How I would have chosen you through every wave. I would have stayed beside you through every high and low. But you can't keep a heart you don't know how to hold. You took my best love, but you didn't break my worth. I may be standing shattered, but I know what it's worth. The next time I give my heart, it won't be to someone sure. You took my best love, but I still have more. I don't regret the way I loved, even if it hurt, because you took my best love, and that's who I was. We started out unbroken, like glass without a crack. You said nothing could change us, said we'd never turn back. I held your heart like treasure, you held mine just the same. But somewhere in the middle, something slipped away. I felt it in the silence between what we would say. The pieces of forever slowly drifting away. Love didn't stay whole. It fractured in your hands. I was trying to hold the pieces. You didn't understand. I gave you every part of me, every dream we told, but love didn't stay whole. It broke and turned cold. We stopped saying we, like it meant something true. Started saying I, like I wasn't part of you. I kept calling it a phase, kept calling it a storm. The storms don't leave you feeling so quietly torn. I was fighting for repair, you were letting it fall. I was trying to save everything, you weren't saving at all. Love didn't stay whole. It split at every seam. We looked like we were fine, but nothing's what it seemed. I would have mended every crack, given you my soul, but love didn't stay. shattering while you let it slide. I would have chosen you in every life, every role. But love can't stay whole with only one heart whole. Love didn't stay whole, but I know what I gave. A heart that never wandered, a loyalty that stayed. I may be standing broken, but I'll still be bold. Love didn't stay whole, but my love was whole. Now I'm learning that real love